Okay, I see others joining. Please mute yourself. Benson, Magome, please mute yourself. Unless you want to share. There's so much background noise. So yeah, welcome everyone. I want to not lose much time today because we have quite a packed session. At the same time, I know some of you are new, so I don't want to go too much through the pack. Please mute yourself. Magume, I've muted you again. I hope we can get it muted for at least a few minutes before we go fully into our today session. Actually want to share my screen also. So while we are all waiting for the rest to join, I know some people are joining from London, some people are joining from Nigeria, Uganda. I can see even far off corners from the very rare ones. So please just introduce yourself, brief, what's your background, what's your expectation, and I can put off my video if it's helpful. Today I'm in another corner of the world. So just introduce yourself and just your expectation, share briefly your expectation so that we hit it on the nail. Today we also have a guest speaker who I will introduce very soon. So Benson Mogume, I see you are on mute, unmute. So where are you? Where are you based right now? And what's the expectation from today's session? Okay, anyone else? I see Benson, I don't know if you hear me. Anyone? Just unmute yourself. Everyone can unmute or write. We have also the chat, whatever works best for you. Where are you? Who are you? What's the expectations today? And just
hello, good afternoon.
Hey John, good afternoon.
Right. I'm here from St. Kitts to West Indies.
Awesome.
That's a long way away.
Yeah.
Wonderful to be a part of this. Expectations to know a bit more how to apply this wonderful new technology to the cultural industry, mainly music. So I'm looking forward to it. I think you and I have spoken a lot, and glad to be a part of this wonderful group of individuals.
Awesome. St. Kitts. Thank you, John, for joining. Happy to have you on. I see Banjo and other names here. I see Dawn. Yes, we're just saying where we are, your expectations, so that we hit the nail on the head today. Maybe if anyone wants to share briefly the next 5 minutes, at least 7 maximum for it, and then we dig into it. Just say hi to all, anyone.
Hi, my name's Medina. I'm interested in learning a little bit more about this and how I can apply it to the fashion industries.
Fashion, awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks.
Thanks. Great
And I'm
having
based in
you.
London, so yeah,
London. Welcome.
thank you.
Anyone else? Don't be shy. It's always free over here. Anybody else? Why am I on echo? Okay. So I think from what I'm hearing so far, how many of you joined last session? Sandra, is Sandra here? Welcome. K Steve, welcome. If I've not named someone, sorry. Ange, Bartley, welcome. Pascal, welcome. We might have a few other people join along the way, but I believe we should soon hit the street. Okay, I'm still looking for one slide for just last time that you have the intro that we had last time. There is it. Um, I just want to go back a bit before we fully go into. So let me just share my screen and we jump straight to it. Yeah, so first of all, thank you everyone for joining. I know expectations are high. I hope we can fulfill them. I believe we do because we did last session with you, and it took us now a while to get into the second session. Last time I mean, our beautiful Africa, we had a small power failure there, so I said no, let me not rush it. Let us do it right. So that brought us to another small delay, but all is good. So let me share my screen. I think you can all see it. And I will be sharing a few stuff today. And before we go much further, I will then introduce you to our guest speaker today. We are starting to change step by step how we do. We used to do like this, but I want to just take another level. So, first of all, the disclaimer, neither this presentation, webinar, not anything on my Twitter, Telegram, or any medium, mode of communication, including private correspondence, constitutes financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor or no formal qualification in this area. If we talk about trade entirely on your own risk. This is therefore for entertainment purpose. We have to say this stuff for people not to say, wow, Michael said this, then I sold my house, and then it didn't become the way, or I didn't know how to cash out. I don't know. So, just part of our explanation we need to do. So, my background, I think I don't need to really to introduce myself. I'm the CEO of Bit2Big. We're also building awesome stuff in Rwanda. I think I will leave it for a later minute. We're also doing awesome stuff in Nigeria. I'll also leave that for another minute, not for today. Today we really want to talk about NFT, and I'm taking it a bit farther than NFT. And I will not even be the one to carry you on too much there. So my background is really IT. For the last 20 years, I'm in IT. My specialty now is really cybersecurity, blockchain, trading, crypto, clouds, big clouds, Asia, AWS, etc., and mainly helping organizations also for securing themselves, at the same time building blockchain ecosystem across Africa, and slowly swapping over to Europe. They have woken up, yeah, a bit late, but Africa is the cool stuff happening. Really, the professional world. I just had the music industry. It's definitely part of the professional world. Creativity definitely is in Africa in my eyes. or in the African blood. I will not go there. Caribbean and so on and so forth. Fashion, it's definitely one of also professionalized area in the industry, and I think utilizing technology, touching those areas is definitely the way forward in actually staying relevant. I want to say that again, in actually staying relevant. You don't, you will not. If you don't move, you will be moved. So Bit2Big, as I said, our focus is also on trading. We're building Counter 25. We're in Uganda. You walk in and you can buy crypto. We are online. We're building other solutions towards that. And one of our aim is always the training part, to train and basically provide knowledge, so that you can join this awesome space. One of our work is actually making digital assets matter. That's been our keyword for the last few years, and it has become more and more and more relevant. We have the digital asset pass that you can see on my screen. Having it, you can basically enter the world of crypto, Web3. So in this, you have your Ethereum token, you have your different other tokens, and if it comes to DAO and this in the digital asset space there, we also have support in that. So right now, we're actually building spaces. We're not digital, not fully digital. We are looking into opening locations where you walk in with this asset card and pay your meal, pay your hairstyle, new and nails, and what the ladies like, and even gents, even me, I need one right now. So we are helping and sharpening and also providing physical experience with the digital asset world that is growing, also called under Web3, which has come up. To speed up here, sorry, I'm jumping a bit slides because we had it already, okay? So I'm just wanting to actually jump to a specific slide. Sorry for, I know we have new members here. They've been asking me the same question again, and usually I like to push you to previous YouTube. My challenge is we have a library, but I don't have it all together always at once. Let me see if I can find the slide. No, okay, let me jump, sorry. Let me jump on this slide. We don't need this right now. And we go to where we want to move today. Now, I'll not jump straight with you to NFT. I'm jumping with you to a step ahead, okay? Please forgive me for that, but I want you to understand something very well. That's why I'm jumping a bit ahead, and then you will thank me later when you have seen what I want to show you. So let's see this one. I think I tried to prepare something, but you know how it is when you do stuff live. And stuff is becoming graphic intensive. So just a second, I just want to show you something, and then we go straight to where we want. Okay, the one is not loading, no problem. I'll show you the other one. I have a whole catalog of it, and then we get there. Let me show it to you. This one is taking time. There we are. Okay, so this is one. Let me show it to you. I think you can see my screen. So this is one of the basically digital space. I don't know, I mean the traders, you know, the beauty with this whole space is that everyone has somehow a room into it, okay? Everyone has something here. The gamers, they have something. The graphic guys have something. The traders, they have something. That's the beauty in the space of when we talk about NFT, when we talk about the whole space of even metaverse. I'm showing you some of the platforms which is going to be one of our next webinars on. And I don't know how to break it down because it's so much fun also and so exciting for me. But and it all comes together in a big package. But I want you to understand a few things. Why are we doing what we're doing when we talk about NFT and so on and so forth? Let's talk. So we have different platforms. Some of them more leading, more famous, others are a bit more hidden. The next speaker might also actually share maybe the one or the others. We have like three typical platforms right now in this space. One is NC, I don't know how you really pronounce it, but Ansi Infinity, call it how you want. But that is one of the platforms where it's really going into game fee. This is game together with DFI space. So I play game and I'm paid for playing the game. In the game, I have digital items. These digital items, maybe I just use them. Others, I buy them to use them, and others, I actually have them just on the trading platform. So this is one of the game. This is one of the top platforms in this space. Then we have another one. I'm not gonna enter it. If I enter it, I don't know if we're gonna go anywhere far today. And the one I wanted to show you actually is so awesome. We were gonna spend there definitely some time. Then we have Sandbox. Sandbox is also one of the awesome platforms in this space. Actually, I think I accidentally went into playing it. I didn't want that. I wanted to show it to you. So Sandbox is another game fee. Game fee, we're talking really about games that we have known, and then bring in the Web3 element to it. And when we bring in the Web3 element, it just opens up completely to another world. Number one, you can design your character. The character can belong to you. You have ownership on it with your private key, basically. If it comes to payment, you can use the crypto token. If you have a certain crypto token, it comes to utility token like Ethereum. With having a utility token, you can do certain things on the platform. It's basically the special keys that you can have or buy and then utilize in the game. I'm not gonna go into details because I'm not a total specialist on it. I'm not a gamer. At least in the past, I'll call myself gamer, and I think right now, seeing this stuff happening, I might go back to it. How do you enter this game, for example? We use a Web3 browser or a plugin, which is, I've spoken about it. In this case, it's MetaMask. It's the number one tool, I would say, or number one, let me call it wallet, a Web3 enabling wallet in the space. And I'm using this one. I log in and switch, in this case, to Ethereum network, and then I can basically play the game. I can buy land, digital land, in London, in the middle of London. I buy their house from, I had one member here who introduced herself. I buy the land, and then it's my land. If anyone wants to build on it, you pay me for it. So that is as far it goes. Let me show you another platform, and then I think 1 to 2 platforms. Then I want to hand over to our next topic, or back to NFT basically. But I want you to understand something specific here as I am sharing this. One famous one is Decentraland. Decentraland is basically almost the same like I've mentioned with the others. Some others came in later, others came in earlier. And this is really a whole virtual world, one which really, it's I think, I ignored it for a while. I saw it from the token side in the first place. My challenge in these trainings and what I'm doing, I hardly get time to actually do this stuff. I have much time to share with you, but not always to actually do it. If I go to Decentraland, I can build my world there. I can play through it and so on and so forth. I just mentioned to you, when you want to connect, you go in with a wallet. MetaMask should be even the biggest one. It's a typical one. and then I can pay and do stuff, or I just go in as a guest. To just make it simple here, let me go in as a guest. I don't know, simple, but at least for most of the first user, I believe they go in as guests. And really, Web3 is just front, not just, okay, but it's front end. All the stuff you're seeing here backed up with blockchain, not with MySQL, only Oracle, MongoDB, CouchDB, and CodeDB. What? Huh? It's blockchain. Blockchain, I write information once, I can't delete it, with different effects that come and can be utilized here. I need to close some tabs because my screen is just crazy virtual right now. A lot of stuff. I see my CPU going up and so on and so forth. I don't know why it's loading long. I believe it's just building the world right now behind there. But I want to close my point here very soon. One other one you can look at, and I'm not going to talk more, just that you copy maybe the URL, is Somnium Space. They're building something awesome. I think currently they're some of the best funded guys, if I saw it right. They're well funded here. Just check it out, okay? I'm not going to talk about all here in one session, especially not today. But my main point, I was trying to do with Decentraland. Where are you, man? My main point here, let me close one or the other because they're all loading. And it just kills my CPU. Yes, hi, how are you? So here, who's playing? Okay, we have entered one here. Let me close one. Just keep the URL. I can share it in the group, check them out. Let me just share it within the group. I'll share it in the WhatsApp actually. In our WhatsApp group, join, and then I'll share it there. Here we are. Decentraland, I have a figure here. I can choose the color I want. I put the head. What type of head do I want? I'm basically building my digital. No, not really that one. No, not this one. No. No. Okay, let me just take one. Oh, pink trouser, really? Okay, not me. Let's start. Yes, I agree. You scroll down. Okay, not me. You scroll all the way down to get the button active. It's just, I don't know, that one, if it was not in the blockchain, I would delete it. I enter this world, digital. Now you ask me about music. You ask me about fashion. If I have a digital, just imagine now, most of the events have gone digital. You go into live events and so on and so forth. But now imagine your fans and those who want to visit enter a virtual world, which is called metaverse, which we're just doing right now. In this metaverse, I can move around. Okay, I can move around. I can look around. I can do stuff in this world, and so on and so forth. Why not have a stage here? And in this stage, see the actual performance happening with very well designed 3D or 4D, let me call it, singers, and so on and so forth. Fashion show, you can do a whole fashion show basically. Build the world, build the stage, build whatever, and then have it here. Now, to close my point here, because this is really next stuff, not right now. But what I wanted to show you was this. Okay? As I move in this metaverse, and that's Facebook renamed itself to Meta because of this, what I'm just showing you. They want to make clear everyone gets it that the next big thing is this metaverse. People put on glasses to see and interact, or just any other gadgets. Currently, the rumors are that iPhone is actually bringing out the next gadget targeting exactly this. They bring out their own glasses and so on and so forth. So, to be short here on this, I see this week is off in the next 5 minutes, not good. To stop here, my point is the digital items you see in this virtual space are basically NFTs. I wanted to show you a bit ahead so we come back. So the digital stuff you find here in this digital world, it can be the trousers, it can be the shoes, it can be the floor, it can be this item. I can't describe to you right now what it is. It can be the trees, etc. All this can be NFTs. These are non-fungible tokens, which can also be an art. Can be an art, can be a dress, can be a sound, the music we are hearing, and so many other elements. I hope that you're getting now the picture a bit better, because when talking about NFT, it's the object. But when you talk about metaverse, it is a combination. Seeing the NFTs basically represented in the space. So that's it for my jump forward. Now I have to jump back and also at the same time check if we can still have Desiree on, who we wanted to show us today's stuff. Desiree, how many minutes do we have still with you?
Well, I mean, we can start now. We can discuss, and I'll try to keep the discussion while I'm on the way.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I want to hand over to Desiree. Desiree is one of our partners in the space. He's been, he has a long profile. He can surely do the presentation maybe shorter than I with few words, because I will have to give you a whole list. He's been doing NFT stuff and other stuff, so we'll have it hopefully more than just once on. But before I spend more time on the intro, let me hand over to him. He will say a few words about himself, and also I will give you the host right if you need the present anything on your side. And happy to have you on. Mic to you, Desiree.
Thank you, Michael. I think I won't need the host rights. I'm just gonna be talking. That's better. So I'm a tech guy, tech consultant, but at the same time, I dive into the business application of technology. I jumped on the blockchain a few years ago while the price of Bitcoin was still under $1,000. Long story short, fast forward, I heard about NFT like a couple of years ago, and I was quite critical about it at first. I thought that it was just yet another useless application of blockchain and that it'll fade away. But then about a little bit less than a year ago, I started seriously realizing the potential of it, because it's becoming obvious that NFT can provide a way for artists, for creator, people in the creative industry to have an additional channel of income, to have a channel of communication to their user, and to actually being able to demonstrate their talent beyond the border of the country, which the traditional web technology haven't been able to do so far. I'm less into the cryptocurrency part of NFT and more into what people can do with the tech. So I've been playing around a bit with it. I've been trying the different some different NFT platforms, because it's good to know that there are different blockchain powering NFT, not just Ethereum, even though Ethereum is the most powerful. And all that to be able to discuss more concretely with people in platforms like this one about NFT, what it does, and go beyond the hype. So that's the long story short of why I'm into it and who I am.
Okay, thanks, Desiree. Thanks for that intro. Can you maybe, I mean, we had, are there any tools or what would you like recommend to someone who's new in the space? He wants to
I'm not
look more
sure.
into NFT, create something, especially in the music industry, or if we had fashion industry. What would be your advice in that area?
I would start by saying creative people don't need to become experts on in NFT, the technical aspect of it. Just like for business people running a tech startup, they don't need to be expert on AI, blockchain, augmented reality, or whatever to be able to build a successful business out of it. They can just find the people who have that talent and collaborate, build upon it. But they need to understand what it does and to identify the value proposition of that technology. For example, I'd summarize value proposition of NFT. It's it's built on decentralized platform that is relatively low cost of usage and opens new channel of communication for artists to deploy their creation globally and make profit out of it. So I will invite the artist to build upon what they know and already have, their craft, and to identify the people who can help them turn their art into a successful venture. Not follow too much the hype, even though sometimes following the hype is a good way to build upon some success and use PR marketing to get quick returns. But if they are into it for the long haul, then they should identify the right blockchain platform, identify the right tech people who can help them to build it, and identify the pain point of their customers so that they can better serve them. So it's just about business at the end of the day, but built upon a more resilient platform than the one Web2 is providing.
Okay. Thanks for that. So, but to kind of like have at least a grip, like let me say now fashion. I'm already in fashion. I know the fashion industry, how it works, and I have my own maybe even brand out there, not mainly brand, but at least my own fashion designs out there. Now I want to utilize NFT. Where could I now start? For the business perspectives, understood, but what opportunities does it bring? And then beside that, I look for experts now for implementation. But I mean, some people just want to still click or at least get some ideas from somewhere. Where can such person start from?
Well, I would say start from what already exists. Let's say you have a music label, and you realize that now, with the distance or pandemic, whatever, it's hard to sell your music abroad, and what you put on YouTube doesn't make money anyway. So I would suggest to identify, to first read about success stories, because there are already some startups that are doing this globally, in European countries, US, Asia, and so on, to see how they're proceeding, looking at what are the platforms, the blockchain they are using. I would highly recommend to already leverage the community that you have, because artists already have followers, community. So create some kind of, make your users, customers, feeling that they are part of that group and that they are part of some kind of ownership into what you do. Make them feel that what they are helping, what they're doing, helping you, is also good for them, because they're basically helping you to help them in some ways. I would suggest to also identify the low-hanging fruit. It's good to have a global view of the customers. Let's say you're based in Uganda and you want to sell your product to people in UK or in West Indies and so on. But you first gotta start with the user base you have locally, because these ones will be your early adopters, if they already are not. They are your ambassador, and they will recommend what you do to their friends and families. As I said, blockchain is just the tech, but the business methods, the processes are the same as in any traditional areas. The challenge in the creative industry is that it hasn't been digitized that much compared to other sectors. And there is a lot that can be done in leveraging digital channels and digital communication to increase the reach of the artist.
Mute here somewhat. Okay, thank you, Desiree. For the tech people, can you also give us something? For the tech people, let me say they want to utilize a platform. They want now to build actually an NFT. What do they need to learn?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, to be concrete. Well, you have different blockchain platforms. The most known, of course, is Ethereum, because that's where 7 or 8 out of 10 blockchain layer 2, so the application layer, are built upon. Drawback of Ethereum, it's very expensive at the moment when you want to publish or basically deploy your art, and every transaction cost. So if you have something that is like in a niche market, something that is unique, or that you can find users, customers who'll be paying thousands of dollars for this, Ethereum is definitely the place to go because you already have a big community there. If you want to test in a sandbox or a pilot, the NFT, the tokenization of your painting, your music, your clothes line, for example, you can use lower cost a network like Solana, like Flow from Dapper Lab, like Tezos, and so on. So anything that doesn't cost too much to develop, to deploy, and to have people buying. Then connecting the wallet to the marketplace where your art will be put is also something to think of. Don't reinvent the wheel, use the platforms, the marketplace that already exist, but choose them wisely, because sadly, the determining factor here will be how much you'll pay to publish, to deploy your pieces. For a test, don't go to the most popular and most famous one, because it's like you don't have a lot of trials. You have only one chance to make a good impression. So don't ruin that first impression by going to the most popular one just for a test, ruining it. And then when you want to do the real opening, you already got a bad reputation. The language of programming is typically Solidity, because it's built on, that's what is used to write smart contract on Ethereum. But if you use Solana, you have also some other, you don't need to do a lot of coding. It's quite straightforward, but then it costs more. There is also the aspect of cost. As I said, you don't need to dive too much into the technicalities at this stage. You need to understand what are the options. You go through the process from, you have your piece of art that exists or that you're making on Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever. Make sure that you have it digitized, that you make it maybe in several exemplary, because sometimes when you deploy it on marketplace, you're not just deploying one NFT, you deploy a series, 10, 100, some people do it thousands. I personally do not see any reason why would I buy one item out of a series of thousands, but apparently this is how NFT started. I would love that we go beyond the hype of the apes and the punk, and that we start having some art on the blockchain, and that not only it opens up the door for customers to beautiful pieces of art, but also it opens up the possibility for artists from developing region in Latin America, Africa, Asia, and so on, to be putting their creation on the blockchain, and that it becomes something more than just the heaven of computing programmer or something like that. Have a computer that you can, because your wallet will be hosted either on, you should have a redundant storage, one on the web for your web wallet, the one on the browser, typically MetaMask, but you also have some alternatives like Phantom and so on, based on the blockchain token that you are using. Have also a backup on your hard drive, on the USB key, on the cold storage that you'll be keeping in a safe place, sometimes even on paper. Don't forget about the sequence of words that unlock your wallet, because this sequence of words, this phrase, is what opens up the door to where you have your money. It's like a regular wallet, except that this one is locked with a code, and that if you forget that code, you lose your money. So you've got to be very careful with that. The process of buying cryptocurrencies or tokens, using it for transactions, storing it is, I think, the most delicate and sensitive one of the overall process. And that's where most people out of the blockchain ecosystem will need some support the first times. I personally forgot 2-3 times the password or the phrase for my wallets before understanding that it's important. So I definitely don't recommend that to you. And long story short, beyond the tech, I think now we're getting forward, coming closer and closer to focusing on the quality instead of the hype. And now more and more in commerce, more and more people are jumping on the blockchain to really put there what exists outside, like in the exhibition, in the gallery, the art gallery. But we do know that art gallery have gatekeepers, they have middlemen, and that many of us, unfortunately, won't end up in the most prestigious global gallery. So if you can find a workaround, and instead of having your creation, your art, put on the traditional physical gallery, but having it on the blockchain, on the metaverse, for example, how about creating a Ugandan, African, East African version of art gallery, and that instead of having gatekeepers, you'll be selecting the profile, you have curators, you have community members who will be voting for the best piece of art, the best piece of music, the best or the one that they like. You don't even need to choose the best. You can just choose those that fit you. And every time you purchase one of these items, the creator, the artist will get some reward. And if it's built, if it's a royalty-based NFT, every time this item will be purchased by someone else or transferred, the creator will get a certain percentage of this, which at the moment is not working according to the traditional intellectual property regulation. It's a long answer, but I just wanted to cover all the different elements, and I hope that it was clear enough.
Wow, thanks. Are there any questions from other members here? Do you have any questions you wish to ask? What I like about Desiree is really he's more on the tech side, but also at the same time quite a research deep person. So I really want us to utilize it. And if you have any questions towards him, this is the best time. If it's Chinese, please also tell us so that we break it down. You know, Bit2Big is standing for breaking things down slowly by slowly in bits so they become digestible. Any questions or comments? Don't be shy. Should I start picking out names here? Sandra. I see Sandra here. Any questions, comments? Phew. John. I see someone else I can pick out here. John. Questions, comments?
Very interesting there. What's his name again? The young man who presented that? Adrian, yes. I think he hit it on the head, you know, small steps, you know, chewable bites, make a go at it, you know. The creative industry has potential in Africa, the Caribbean, and the digital world it's a jungle, but I think it's in the new Web3, we're all starting at the same point. So I think we should not be afraid.
Yeah, very
So
true. Indeed, we shouldn't be afraid. Good point. Before I go further, I picked someone else here. Down. Can you maybe comment or um, she has already dropped it. Thank you. Has the speaker released any NFT? Da da da. If so, what's the? Okay, I see he has. He's still on. Desiree, have you released any NFT? I know you have to go, but I'm seeing questions dropping in. If so, what why they say sold? And then I think she wants to know the share you might give us. Are you still on,
can you
Desiree?
repeat? Yeah, can you repeat the question?
The question from down is, have you released any NFT and have they been sold?
Yeah. Okay. So I did release an NFT just for test purpose, and they haven't been sold because I didn't do any promotion out of it. I actually kind of kept it low profile for the reason I stated earlier, which is if or when I want to go public or go big, I don't want this test to ruin the reputation and the wow effect if or when I'll do something seriously. I did do this test because I wanted to understand practically the process before it was just theoretical. And there is no real way to do it than to actually publish an NFT online. And for it to be sold, then you do need to do like in traditional business, marketing, promotion, creating some kind of fear of missing out, having maybe a community knowing you already, or if you're lucky, you're already an artist who have buyers and people who like what you do. So you just bring them to the NFT.
Okay, thanks for answering that, Desiree. If you drop, thanks for joining us today. I know you have a busy schedule. I'll try to stand in or forward the questions later on. He's also in our WhatsApp group, which I can share again here. I think most members already are there, but if not, please join and feel free to also ask questions there. But still, there's too much silence here. So I think there's still some kind of like maybe kind of like some question marks, which I really wish to break down before we close here. We're just left with about 13 minutes, but I still want to utilize them very well. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to write. Feel free to raise your digital hand here, so that we can break it down. I'm seeing the NFT is a topic I started part one, part two, but I'm still seeing we need really part three. We initially had wanted to actually do a whole demo, which has not gone fully in as I wished. So I think we're gonna just have that because I like the fashion question. I think it was last year I was talking to one of the biggest African fashion promoter who also has presentation in New York, in Addis Ababa with the African Union, and in Paris, and has really done extensive work in this space. And I wanted to get him interested for the whole crypto space and so on and so forth. I know the last stage they were on was building actually digital representation first and then go into it. So fashion is really an area I mean you can see I really believe there's a lot of potential in general, and then obviously the whole music industry is another huge one. I mean, look at TikTok. The beauty is you record anything and it's synchronized with any song, and there you go. I don't know about the copyright, but that's a little I know there. There were some points that were mentioned. If you don't ask question, I'll just fill a minute. One thing was the community. Desiree kept going back to that point. Community. Was there a question? I saw a mic being unmuted. Please feel free
Yeah.
to ask.
Hi, it's Medina here again.
Yes.
Obviously, like I said, I'm really interested in the fashion end of things and how
Mhm.
what the processes really are. I wished he had used a fashion example, so it would really get my own brain thinking in that line. Because
Mm,
obviously, with fashion, you create a piece. And from what I understand that's happening in the industry, are people actually, what happens? Is it just a digital creation? Or what is the physical thing that happens? Or is there no physical product that exchanges? And that's what I'm really key on, because
Mm,
I use, my intention is because I have prototypes the way I've used very precious metals. They're pieces that are couture pieces and they're not affordable. And I'm not Dior and I'm not Galliano, whatever.
mm,
But I want to be able to present them to people that can afford them. And is
mm.
it that they want will they be having the physical product, or are NFTs purely a digital product?
Good
And that,
point.
I think, is where I need kind of clarification.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for the question, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to actually see them. To answer your question, initially, NFT was really purely digital. There was no physical representation. And the beauty with technology, especially when it comes to blockchain, and I've been teaching this for I don't know how many years. Usually, I teach students in Uganda, in Rwanda, in Nigeria, and some of them amaze me with their questions. The beauty and what I always tell the youngsters, especially, is that we don't know yet. It's just like you know those Lego, those small things you puzzle together, put together,
Yeah.
and give it someone into their hands. They're gonna start putting it together what you didn't think about, and you're like, wow. And there are different stuff one can actually build out of it. So the same thing is with technology. What blockchain has enabled is a brand new way of exchange of information, of value especially not just information, and in one of the most advanced ways possible. There is, to me, what I know, not any other better advanced way at such a low cost like that. So if someone told you it's only digital, it is maybe right now true. But the next 5, 30 minutes, 1 hour, one day, it can change. So to answer your question is no. Today it is not physical only anymore. So now you have an NFT. You can basically have a physical object. In that physical object, you embed. The main key point of NFT, non-fungible tokens, is that you have a representation that cannot be manipulated. And that is having that basically digital key which is unique in the whole world, to explain it in the simple terms. So what you can do is to make that key, which is usually digital, create it even digital if you want, and then find a way to embed, to put it on your actual product. So people have actually sold NFTs which are tied on physical objects. So it is possible to actually sell an object which is physical but has a link. It's like when you have a product, do I have anything here right now with me? If you have a product that has, here, let me just show you. Um, this is my moringa I just got from. So I have this cool air code here. I
Mm-hmm.
know my camera is trying to play me full here, but I have this cool air code here. This cool
Yeah.
air code makes the product unique in some way,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's forged, but it is unique in some way. So that code can basically represent your object. That code now is saved on the blockchain and makes your product now actually sellable or represented on the blockchain while it is actually physical. So that's the one way of it. Fashion wise, that is the way you can go. You can now create, if you want, just those addresses. We call it not minting. It's basically a key, and have them as hash on the blockchain. print them out, like that QR code I was just showing. It's not a QR code, it's a free barcode or what, and then put it on your product. You can also go as far and make just a photo of the product and mint. Basically, minting is writing it on the blockchain, and then by that you get that key which is unique, put it on your product. Someone can now say, I just buy the digital version. What I was showing earlier was metaverse. Here I can really build a 3D. I don't know if you heard about Blender, but that's one of the advanced tools that is also used to do this 3D animation.
Animations.
Then take that 3D object of your actual physical one in the most best way possible and sell it. So you don't need to sell your physical. You actually can sell that created one once. Please remember that. It is
Okay.
once. You can't sell it twice
Yeah.
because it's unique in this case. So that's another thing. So now if I was to create a fashion show on the metaverse, in the digital space basically, and I want to wear your fashion designs, and you only have them physical, I can't. If you had them also as a digital representation, which I recommend, then someone can buy. The one who wants to do the fashion show pays you if you want per minute, per minute or second of usage of your object in that very fashion show. So believe me or not, we have a time coming where the Paris and so-called other fashion great galas and shows gonna happen in the metaverse. I will not even put it under. I will not even put it more than 2 years. We're gonna see it happening there. So, do you have your fashion ready in that space or not? That would be a question mark then. So I give it a span of maximum 3 years. We're gonna see it happening digital there. So I hope I've made it a bit more clear to you.
So you've also sparked my creativity because that's what I needed. Not knowing anything has been really, I've read success stories, one or two, and I didn't quite grasp what they were saying. So this is a lot better.
Awesome.
I would like to know more still, just so I can really get, especially like you've just explained, having digital designs in a metaverse, then that makes it viable because, if I'm only selling something once, it means I'm doing what I'm doing now, which is creating per piece per customer.
Yes.
But something that can be done over and over again, yeah, I'm up for that because then it becomes financially viable exercise.
Exactly. So that's the beauty of it. So that gives you a brand new income stream, and that's why you find now artists releasing their albums on the blockchain, NFT, and so on and so forth. What we don't see yet very strong is the metaverse, but we're gonna see it coming in the next very few, I could almost say months, but years. So when you now have your NFT, that digital representation, you want to put it, and that's what Daisy was talking about, and now it's which platform do you sell it? So there's a platform called Rare, where it is the rare stuff, really rare stuff. There's another one for another industry. So each platform comes with different pros and cons.
Okay.
So when you have your product for sale, there's, for example, one platform, when it's sold there for, let me say, for £500, and someone buys it from that person at a higher price, you get 10%. So
wow.
the beauty of that is you don't only earn once, but you earn twice, and so on and so forth. So, but if you choose the wrong platform, you will not have that benefit. So it also matters which platform, not blockchain only, but which platform do you utilize. And currently OpenSea is one of the number one, but it's like a Google one. But if you use other search engine, they have some specialities which are also good. The same like social media. You might say, oh, Facebook has most. But if you want to do more corporate talk and networking, you go to LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
If you want the new stuff, what you go to maybe Twitter or Reddit, and so on and so forth. So the same thing is also happening in the blockchain space. One thing also I want to recommend you and also others, but especially since you've asked also the questions here, try to, I mean, Desiree said something I don't agree with, and I'm always happy to say it. I don't agree with, and John listened very well, and Down please too, and because I know you guys have platforms, big platforms. Don't try to be perfect, please don't. There's a guy, he just films his morning hour, make a snapshot, what uploads it every day. And the guy started making money from that, thousands of dollars with it. To me, it's not professional like that, but you just try things out. I believe if you talk to professionals, even myself, I started company 1, failed, company 2, failed, product 1, failed, product 2, failed. And I looked at my failure and said, what is it? And then I made adjustments to it. So don't try to be too, I can't lose this, lose that. This space is still new. And if it's new, try things out till you get it right. Don't fear of this or that or what. Take it straight to the mainstream like that. Take it to OpenSea or any platform that fits you best. So don't wait till it is all right, all of it. I used to work like that. It didn't do me well. And in the crypto space, don't do it. It will be like waiting till Binance is so successful to then buy the Binance token, which has gone up to $600, but it used to be cents. It is to wait till people tell you Bitcoin is safe, you can invest, when it's at $70,000, when it started with 0.01 cent, and so on and so forth. It's like waiting till McDonald's brings out the NFT and the big fashion brands till you bring out yours. No, start now, try things out, learn from there, learn on mistakes, and failure, I always say, are like the signposts on the roads, on the highways. Without them, things don't work out very well. So it's part of the game. So please try things out. Inform yourself, join webinars like this and others, and then just try it out. The beauty in this space, one person, you can do way more than you could do before. Before you needed a database, you needed a marketing platform, you needed A, B, C, D, E. You get the stuff all for free today, all of them. Now you can just take your creativity and take it straight up 100 kilometers per hour. The question is only, and Desiree said it right here, you need to build your community. It's all about the community. You don't have a community, no one. It's like playing your best music in the shower. Okay, making your best fashion and wear it in the basement alone. It doesn't take you far. Get out there, build a community, and then the beauty, since it's on the internet, you are outside of your village, of your city, of your country, even your continent. That's the beauty here again. So, but please try things out. Don't hold back till you're all right. There is no all right. There is a stage to get to all right. Hope I'm speaking sense here and Chinese has been broken down to your language. John, are you on? Madam, are you on?
Thank you so much. Is it possible that you could list some of those platforms you were talking about, just so I can, I want to do some more investigating if it's possible. Because you named Rare and another one.
Sure. I think you have joined the WhatsApp group. I will share some links there.
Yes, I'm on the Black Economics group. I don't know about any others.
Okay, I can also share it there. I don't know if when it's too much, I will at least give you another source you can get it from, but happy to share it.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. John I spoke about fashion, but music is not far. Have we nailed down a few nails deeper?
Yeah, we've seen those nails once or twice. We're just looking for that sledgehammer now.
Okay, glad to hear that. Thanks to hear that. Anything else, members who have joined? Badly, clear, understood. Pascal, Sandra, Uma. I know some of you are for the trading side of it, which is not today my main topic. But so far understood. Question, comments? Count till 10. 3, 7. Ange, I see Ange. Question, comment. I'm at 7, 9, 10. Okay. I think clear so far. So thank you everyone for joining. I'll drop some links on the platforms that I've mentioned. Please try them out. One thing, not least, but important, as you try this stuff out, please, in the crypto space, your main key that gives you all the rights, all the power, and has the value, holds your value, is your private key. So when you trade with MetaMask, your key, please back it up. Don't share it with anyone. Nobody in the industry can ask you unless it's a criminal. Don't share it. Write the seeds. It's called seeds. I think next time I just do on security, because I have people, they got this money stolen. I have guys that have over $100 locked up because they have lost this one, and so on and so forth. And it always pains me when I get those bad news. So I think next time I'll just talk on security only, just security, because most people in the area, even the blockchain space, don't know security very well, cyber security, etc. So I'll take it on so that we have less scams and so on and so forth. So, but please, when you create your keys, understand there is ownership behind it. And while you hold your key, it means that you are the owner. You can prove you're the owner. When you lose it, or someone takes it, they take ownership. It's a bit more heavier than in the physical world where it's just one door. Here it is almost to all that is bound on that private key. So always make sure you generate the key yourself, number one, on a safe computer, number two, and you make a backup in a safe manner, and number three. Don't have a credit card and then the credit card behind, you put the, you wish I was turning it around, but I don't. Why? Because behind is my what? That security code. You have it, you can go shopping now. So don't write it on your card. Don't write in the front. Don't hold them together, okay? So don't make a backup and then you save it on your phone or put it in your typical notebook. If possible, get a password save, put it in there, or write it down, put it in a steel because of fire, etc., and then put it really in a safe place. NFT, blockchain, crypto trading, any wallets, it is always bound on the private key. Lose the private key, you lose the ownership. So that's my closing with a warning, please. Don't share it with me. I have no reason why I should hold your private key. And if you can share it with me, don't share it with anybody else, please. No IT expert ever needs it. I get 20 mails a day asking me for this, asking me for that. If you start getting deeper, it might happen to you too. Just be intelligent. Don't share it with anyone. I'm always reachable in our WhatsApp group. If something is like, oh, but this, but that, I'm not sure, ask in the group and say, hey, by the way, this one is asking, what do you think? I'm happy to answer that. Wish you all a wonderful week, rest of the week, and hope to see you next time. Thank you for joining, and bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining.